Yeah. Hi there, my name is Bonita, and I'm one of the mentors here at the Wedding Academy. I'm joined this evening by the lovely Tanielle Samuels, who is a wedding planner, and she's got her own company called Eventovate. Tanielle, welcome. Tanielle, welcome. So lovely. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I was very excited when you asked me to join you on this chat.
Yes, it is. That's so nice to actually interact with somebody that's a current student with us, because typically we talk to you quite a lot. I mean, I talk to people quite a lot, but I don't think there's enough one-on-one kind of in-camera chats that happens. So thank you so much for joining us. So Tanielle, you already have, when you started with the academy, you already had your business. I remember talking to you. I don't know, if I think last year was the first time, we spoke, and we had quite a long, I think we had a few conversations on the phone about, getting a certification, and getting some training. And there's Nalia saying hi. Nadia Stephen saying hi, ladies. Hi, Nalia. Thanks for joining us. But I think you already had your business. So how long had you been in business? And when did you start your business for the first time? Before finding out.
I left my job in the banking industry in the beginning of 2016. My business was already registered, so it was registered in 2013. But like I said, working business, it was an ad hoc, on and off type thing. You're not focused. But when I did start focusing on my business was in 2016.
Okay. Okay. And then, so 2016, I mean, obviously 2016 to, I think you finally enrolled in January, if I'm not mistaken, of this year. Is it January or December?
March.
Oh my God.
Yeah, March. Just before.
Just before lockdown started around the rest of the world.
Correct.
Okay, so that's a very typical story. People certainly start wedding businesses on the side, alongside doing their job, and it certainly is something that you can do. Because weddings and celebrations mostly happen on the weekends. You absolutely can do it, alongside your regular job. And in fact, us as the Wedding Academy, we always say, like, don't jump in. It's almost our recommendation to say, like, don't jump in, just like quit your job and jump in, like make sure that you're reaching your financial goals. But there was a certain, I mean, how did you find the academy? Where did you, I mean, you'd obviously been in business for like 4 years before you finally decided to enroll, but I just wanted to find the journey of what made you decide to get some training.
I was looking for an institution that was industry recognized, that had international standards. And when I did my research, I came up across the Wedding Academy. The main reason why I decided to join was because I knew that I wasn't doing the right things in my business. And I wanted to be able to confidently do the right things. It was continuous mistake after mistake. And every time after a wedding or after a function, then you're writing your lessons learned and you're like, I can't keep making these same silly mistakes that are the same but not the same, if that makes sense. So yeah, I needed to do that. And I mean, already as it is in the little bit of time frame that I've been doing the course, I've been correcting the wrongs, fixing them, making, having like aha moments, and, and like something that was so like logical, things that shouldn't have, like foundation mistakes, So.
And I think that's a case of a lot of people, I mean, the thing is, it's not, I always say this to people who kind of who are looking to do a course. I mean, even if they are in the industry like yourself, I mean, it's not brain surgery to put together an event. The difference is that, like you say, they're fundamental mistakes that people make. And I see it all the time. I've seen it, with people who've been in business, 10 years. It's all about trying to keep up with the industry, keeping up with the trends. And I'm sure that you agree, like keeping up with the trends, even during a very like busy event season is quite, because when it's event season, it's full on. I'm sure that you've got, that kind of experience. And keeping up with trends is kind of a full-time job. Making sure that all of the suppliers out there, that is also, quite intense. But at the end of the day, if you don't have that framework for working in, it does become quite difficult. So tell me, so you eventually, I think you're enrolled on the advanced diploma, yes?
That's
the big
correct.
daddy of all my courses.
Yes.
Yeah. So which is the module that you're kind of busy studying at the moment? Which is, I mean, you only started in March, but I mean, we've all been in lockdown, so I'm sure you've gone there pretty far.
Yes.
What did you
so I'm currently on the wedding styling stream.
Okay.
I actually finished it today, so I should be starting the floral design stream tomorrow. I go through it. I'm OCD like that. I've gone through it chronologically. I know that you guys also say start where you feel comfortable, but I feel icky when something's...
No, but I mean, styling is so much fun, and styling is amazing. It's so, it's so inspirational. It's, I've always said that the styling side of things, I've got the like creativity of a plank personally. I really am not good at this kind of thing, but, certainly the styling stream does give you a framework within which to we can teach you to be creative, if that's what you mean. And and even though it's not an in-person course, all of our courses are done online. I mean, how was that experience for you, listening to there's somebody called FM saying hello from South Africa. Daisy says hi, Berenice says hi, and Nalia says hi. So before I dive in, even though it's an online course, I mean, how did you find that? Because I know that you've had some formal training with another institution, which was in person. How did you find going through the wedding styling stream as, an online scenario?
I enjoy it. I think that's because I'm the type of person, like, I'll give an example today. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Girth arrangements.
Yes. Yes, girth arrangements.
So, like I went through my stream today and I was like, what on earth is that? So I personally like the online thing because then I could hop onto Google and check what is a girth arrangement with something about a middle, and I can't, but that's me. It's hard, not that it's hard to be with other people, but I enjoy my space, my time, my pace. I can pace it as I wish. So I enjoy it. I actually like the online part. I'm excited to start the floral one because I did try and squiz through it today and see what is it. I see that it's tutorials. I was trying to look for any handout stuff that I could print before, but there isn't any. But you don't need to because it's practical.
Exactly. And one thing, as a matter of advice that I can give you, is to go down to your local supermarket, and when you watch the tutorial, and then go back into the local supermarket and just kind of practice. Go into and buy those mixed bunches of flowers, because I know in South Africa there's some amazing like flower selections that are available, and go and just practice. And I mean, one thing that we are pretty style led, and I mean, we had that over Easter, we had the Tablescape Challenge that we ran for our students and newbies. And I mean, I just thought, when I saw, I mean, obviously we had to judge all the entries, and when I saw yours, I was like, oh my gosh, this really deserves a special mention. So I mean, clearly you've got a brilliant eye, and I mean, your table with the long pampas grass, just like, it was just lovely. And using things from the environment, and it was like using a very natural element, and then adding those gold to it. Can you tell me about what inspired you with that, how you found that Instagram, that the Tablescape challenge for Easter. How did you find all of that?
So when the challenge came out, it was also like so exciting, and I was so excited. My mom is here, she's staying with us during lockdown. I said, no, I jumped up, no, I have to do this. And then she started, when I started with my mood board, and she was like, no, let me help you. And I was like, okay. and then she started showing me pictures of like carrots and bunnies, and and I thought to myself, if I'm gonna design an Easter tablescape and apply what I'm learning, because at that time, I think, if I remember correctly, I was on the module finding your niche.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't fancy traditional Easter decorations, so let me do what I would like my niche to be, which is like luxury elegant. And that's why it took a whole different turn. It didn't even have, I mean, my mother stood there and she's like, it's got nothing of Easter. And I'm like, it's a table for Easter. So, but
and yeah, I mean, you do
for me.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I said, for me, I just wanted to apply what I was currently learning at that time in the course, which was to represent what my niche is, or what my style is, my take, of the challenge,
Yeah, exactly. So can you tell us eventually what you land? I mean, I know what you landed up, but I mean, people, can you describe your tablescape? I'm going to try and find a picture and post it in the comments of your beautiful table, because I really thought it was lovely. But in the end, I like, my taste is, I guess, more natural, and what I picked was a little bit more. I think it had less gold, but it was more sort of organic. But yours was number 2 for me. So you can describe, do a quick description.
So I wanted an African glam. So at that time, we were also very restricted because the lockdown was just put in place. So there was no flowers at the flower market. I repurposed flowers that we had bought, I think like the previous week or something. I broke lockdown regulations. I took a walk to the mine, but no one was there. I practiced social distancing. And I picked the pampas grass. And then the other requirement of the challenge was to look for stuff in your yard, in your house, etc. So I found a delicious monster tree, which I didn't even know was at the back of the house behind the domestic quarters. And I cut pieces off there, placed it on the table. Because I'm into the industry for quite a while, I've got quite a bit of decor items at home. I used gold cutlery, black glasses against the black table at home, the black dining table. And it was green, pampas grass, white flowers.
Really elegant. I really love it. Yes, it was black. No, but black is very trendy. Black is very, black cutlery, black accents. But what struck me was there was the pop of color. I mean, because you use gold accents and the pampas grass, obviously, and it just came together as a really beautifully designed, palette. And I could see the colors sort of come through. So, but yeah, I mean, and that was it. And obviously, you're obviously part of our student community on the we've got a separate Facebook group for our students. So you're obviously part of that. When you posted your pictures and your designs, I mean, obviously you got to see everybody else's. What did that feel like for you? Did you? Because I think your entry came in relatively sort of in the middle or towards the end. I'm not too sure. When you saw the rest of the other students' tablescapes, what did you think? Did you have a moment of self-doubt, or were you just like, this is my niche and this is what I'm, doing?
So when like I said, my mom says it's not an Easter tablescape.
I don't know.
So when I was showing her the other ladies, I did get a moment of self-doubt because there wasn't, a painted Easter egg or a bunny rabbit or, like natural elements that represent Easter. Um, but I think at that moment I was also proud of myself.
Yeah.
So besides I think it's natural to doubt ourselves when we're comparing ourselves to others, but also we need to remind ourselves how far we've come and be proud of our accomplishments. So
Yeah.
I had to, regroup and say, no, that's my style. That's my niche.
Yeah.
That's how I interpreted it.
Yeah.
And I had to make use of what I had. I didn't
Yeah.
have Easter eggs. I didn't have
Yeah,
Easter
well,
bunnies,
absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's what a lot of new planners also go through. When you're sitting there and you've got, other wedding planners and you see all their Instagram and you see the work that they're doing and you're reading Joko and you're like, it's always is a comparative game. It is like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm not doing, what am I doing? Da, 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 da. And self-doubt does creep in. But I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And even though you've not done that business section of your course yet, niching down is something that we drill down even into styling because, you need to have a good look and you need to kind of believe that you're going ahead and getting the clients that you want. And I think that was one of the conversations I think that struck me when we started speaking, because I mean, we had a few conversations before you actually enrolled together. And you were talking to me about your business, and one of the things that you were saying to me was, I remember that you were like, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much time going out to venues, sourcing the venue for my prospective clients. I'm putting together, so much. And I think and you were just like, you were like this headless chicken a little bit.
Yes.
Yes. You were a little bit like a headless chicken.
Yes.
And I was just like, I think I did say to you, look, then maybe that's not your client.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, it is. And that's also why I am as grateful as I am. And because even when the 4 years in my business, if anybody asked me what I did, I would say I hire couches and chairs and cocktail setups and stretch tents. Then when I did a floral course, and we've incorporated and started introducing floral design and arrangements. And now with the wedding planning and that is, you confuse everyone. You're advertising to everyone, no one's knowing, no one knows what you do. You don't even know what you do. I didn't.
You didn't. Sorry. No, but the niche, the riches are in the niches. And I think that's the most important thing that, if you're watching, even if you're not doing a course with us, I mean, there are people that are sort of thinking about doing a course and thinking about being a wedding planner. You've got to niche down. If you don't niche down, if you're not, my couple is, and when you go through the business section, this is going to be something that is absolutely drummed into. You're going to rewrite your entire business plan, your entire pricing, but I mean, you've got to go down and absolutely niche down and go, I look for, brides who are busy professionals, maybe they're legal, call it, legal professionals who like to watch Friends, reruns of Friends. They've got, they want they're from this region, they're from, they're married to somebody, like even right down to the TV programs they watch, and what their aspirations are, because I think that's going to take the business, to the next step. Yeah. And I mean, tell me, I mean, obviously, let's talk a bit about the elephant in the room, with obviously lockdown and COVID. And, I mean, you've obviously had weddings that were booked in for 2020. And I know the situation in South Africa. I'm in South Africa at the moment. So I know that, there's no clear anything as to when we're going to get out of our situation. I know that Europe has kind of opened up. The States have opened up somewhat. In the Middle East, there's been, smaller events. I mean, how's that been for you? I mean, you've obviously, Yeah, I had some weddings. Yeah, what's been happening with that?
So I had 2 cancellations,
Hmm.
which we then successfully converted to postponements. I think because of the way the world is look,
Yeah,
there's some instances where you see the world has ugly people, and there's some instances where you see the world has such kind-hearted people.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, everybody, I saw a quote, we're all on the same ship, but we're in different boats.
yeah,
I was in the boat of, do I refund these people? Do I enforce my contract terms of the force
yeah,
majeure, or
yeah,
do I beg them to postpone? And they were in the boat of my dream day, my wedding day. So I
yeah,
actually had to regroup and think why I was, when I advertised to them, what did I advertise? I
mm,
advertised executing your dream day.
yes,
So I can't instate a force majeure clause, but
yeah,
at the same time, I'm running a business. I can't give you back your money.
no,
I as ugly
no,
as it sounds, I've put time and effort
yeah,
into it. I've done proposals. I've done, I've
yeah,
done it. We did mock tables and everything. So it had to, we had to get to heart conversations and say, look, I want to do your wedding. I want you to have your day. The end goal, you need to get married. You've given me
yeah,
money because, nobody likes
yeah,
the difficult money conversations.
yeah,
If you want your money back, I will give it back to you. But please, I do need to charge you a reasonable cancellation fee because of the time and effort I've already put into it.
yeah, yeah,
So fortunately for me, I had understanding people. They were back and forth a bit. Some difficult conversations were had,
yeah.
and ultimately both of us are happy now at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
And I
it
think
was very
it's very stressful
stressful.
having those. It's very stressful
Yeah,
having those money conversations, especially
yeah,
when the contract is signed and
yeah,
you're ready to move forward. And like you say, you put in lots of hard work, and now what?
yeah,
But these things kind of happen. And at the end of the day, I think that that your client. I'm sure you're going to do an amazing job for those clients. And I mean, those are
mm,
your ideal clients. And I mean, I'm sure that you're going to get a glowing testimonial for being that way. But I mean, at the end of the day, we are you've got to charge for your time because your time is what you're
yeah,
selling. What we're selling as
yeah,
wedding planners is our time, and the fact that, yes, we're stylish and we're creative and we can make these things and we've got the
mm,
contacts. But I mean, we're selling our time because all of those contacts in the industry that we built up is, taken time to build up. And oh my
yeah.
gosh, there's Libening. Libening is watching from Botswana. She's a fellow student of ours as
Oh yes,
well.
I watched her interview the other day.
I know Africa represents. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, as I said, money conversations are hard, but it gives you the confidence. Doing a course kind of gives you the confidence. Do you feel more confident in your styling skills right now? Do you know
Yes,
exactly what it is? Okay.
yes, yes. And because I finished the business stream, I'm more confident that in my business abilities.
Yeah.
I don't look. I don't feel shy anymore when I discuss my pricing. I don't feel the need to want to discount because I need the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I a lot more confident.
Okay. And this is
A
that's quite
lot.
a compliment for somebody that had been in business for 4 years before joining the academy. I mean, that's like just
Yeah,
revamping.
no, I've learned. Yeah, no, what I've learned has been every every cent worth.
Yeah.
I have no regrets.
That's so
I
cool.
know now lockdown has allowed me to start implementing what I'm learning. So I know that I can only get better. So
Yeah, and you will, and you will. Have you got any like styled shoots planned for going forward when lockdown kind of eases to kind of
I
rebrand
I
for your new
I
brand, your
do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I do, and I'm so excited to start it. I've been in communication with some, I like to call them creative partners.
Yes.
So yeah, once that gets done, then hopefully then we'll use
That's
that as
awesome.
advertising.
Yeah, exactly. And I think part of, you signed up when we had a kind of a promotion going as well,
Yeah.
where you got a whole whack of stuff. So if anybody's watching there, watching who wants to know, get a special deal, we can talk. But Tanielle really did benefit from a great discount. You got the floral design course, as added value with us, and you got, a Style Shoots 101 as well, as a bonus which we offered at the time. So, we do run sales from time to time. So, just speak to me, and obviously the payment plans. I think you're on a payment plan because South African rand versus dollar. Oh my gosh. It is quite, but it's an investment. It's an investment in your business, and it's an investment in going forward, and I think that's the most, and it's an investment in yourself because, everybody wants to like start out and do, you can start out and do it. I'm not saying you can't do it without a course, right? You did it without any formal training. What your background from banking, what was the jump to wedding planning?
Recruitment, HR recruitment, and then HR recruitment, and then look, I've always wanted to be in the events industry. I didn't think I would have gone the wedding route, but it's something from school days. I always said I'm going to be an event planner, or
Yes. Finally, look at you living your dream.
Yes, finally.
Finally. And the thing is, and that's it. It's not all roses and champagne on the way. If you want to be successful, you've got to work for it. And, and you do everybody makes mistakes in business. I'm not saying that, and even if you do a course, once you finish the course, you're still going to make mistakes. But you're self-aware, and you kind of going to go, right, this is what I can improve on, and this is what I'm going to go on, now. So I'm going to type in I'm going to share your socials with everybody so that they can see a little bit about being a student. We talked about the fact that, obviously you can do things at your own pace and that, but there's something that I just wanted to ask you about your experiences on our student-only Facebook group. Are those Q&As weekly with Kylie? Have you joined, or how have you been finding them? Because they happen once a week on a Friday. Kylie generally does a Q&A. Have you asked any questions that she's been able to answer?
On the Friday ones, I haven't, because I haven't joined them live. But initially, there was, what was it? The summit.
Yes.
There was a summit.
Yes.
Yeah. So the summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which had live Q&A. And we got to ask, I can't remember the lady's name, but she was quite clued up on contracts and,
yes.
With this whole COVID situation. And it was so interactive. I posted my question in the comment section. I got answers. Kylie answered it live. She welcomed me. Other people from the US started asking also questions related to their region. And it was informative. It was interactive, which was nice, and it was live, and that is what I applied. The advice, even though it was US based, I applied the So not the legal advice, the ethic advice of speak to your clients about a postponement rather than cancel, etc., etc. So I have applied. Like that.
Something that was talked about within that chat quite a lot, and so I'm glad that it was useful. And that's the thing with the Wedding Academy is like, you do get lifetime access, and you do get access to a lot of people. We've got another Q&A scheduled this week with Kylie later on in the week, again with inclusivity in the wedding industry. industry and that kind of thing. So we do, you know, try and keep things as current and as relevant as possible. So, you know, being a student, you do get lifetime access. So, so any advice that you can give anybody thinking about becoming a wedding planner, given the fact that your journey has been, you know, you're a few years into it full time, you know, what advice can you give anybody of becoming a wedding planner?
You know, if I had to give myself this advice so many years ago, it would have been to first gain education. We know that working hands-on experience or learning is the best, but you need to have a point of reference. You need a place to start off with. I've made terrible mistakes. I've learned from them, but now I know how to apply those learnings in my business because I also know that it is international standard. It's on paper. It's not, you know, so yeah, I would say get educated. I mean, even though we know that, I mean, there's no formal qualification for wedding planning, but I mean, we're learning from industry experts, so who best to learn from?
Thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, well, look, we've been around for 12 years, and I mean, we do throw the book at you know, our students, and we genuinely do want to see you know, people like yourself succeed, because, you know, it's just nice. It's the wedding industry is pretty, and the more professionals you've got there, you know, I like to see amazing weddings on social media, and I like to see, you know, all of those amazing things. So you know, it's just nice to have other professionals there. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to close it right here because we have been talking for half an hour. So I mean, thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everybody who's watching. Nalia, Berenice, Daisy, somebody called FM, don't know what that Facebook name is, and Libaneng, of course. Yeah, thank you for joining us this evening. And so now, I wish you all the very, very, very best of, I wouldn't say luck, because it's not going to be luck. You're just going to kill it come 2021. So I know you're going to be doing well. But yeah, enjoy the rest of it. And, you know, I'm going to share your just Instagram. So I'm just going to put Eventovate in the comments because that's your business. Eventovate, that's on Instagram. I'm posting that comment there. And then, eventovate.co.za is your website. So hopefully you can find that on, you know, from Instagram and that. But if you've got any questions for myself, or, you know, if you want to ask Tanielle, I'm sure you can jump in if I tag you in the comments, if you don't mind. But direct those questions to me. If you've got any questions about being a student with us, then please do feel free to ask. And Tanielle, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you, Bonita.
It's a pleasure.
Have a good day.
Yeah, we just end this. Bye.
Bye.